Coming up next on BBC Two, it's the BradWOTO stream, but first, it's time for What Picture Has Bradley Drawn Onto a Piece of Paper?
That's right. What is happening? By the way, there is no background noise. Oh, wait. There's going to be so much background noise for the next 5 minutes because I have a washing machine which is going. Guys, what did I draw onto a piece of paper for you today? What do you think it was that I drew for you? Let's see if you can guess. A skull, the Easter bunny, an egg. Easter bunny. Is it Easter today? The papa heading home. Chewy. Jesus busting. Whack in a rabbit costume. It's Easter today? Guys, I didn't have a childhood and I don't have kids. How would I know it's Easter? How would I know this? Or was it Jeff Goldblum? What is happening to my... Dude, this stream is going to crash. I'm telling you right now, this stream is going to crash. Something wrong. Right, I'm going to add Easter egg to the wheel spin. Okay. I'm going to add Easter egg. All right, what are we thinking? Easter egg has been added to the wheel spin. Sorry, is there anyone in here? Is there 5 people in here? What's going on? Where is everyone? Is the stream crashed? Am I still streaming? I was adding an Easter egg to the thing. Where is everybody? You think it's Jeff Goldblum? I can tell you you're wrong. I should keep that music going. Listen to how loud that is in the background. We don't see the Easter egg. Kakan, you are not this dumb. You are not this dumb. It was in fact... What is going on with this today? Something's going wrong with my OBS. It was in fact Shadow the Wreck God right now. That's what he looks like right now. Because he can't play D&D today. He has to go out with his family. Again, 2 weeks in a row, he is going to take his own life. It was Shadow the Wreck God that I drew onto a piece of paper. Alright, who likes the background noise? It's been sitting on 6 minutes. It was supposed to take an hour, and I don't know why it's taken an hour and 12 minutes. Like, I set this thing going at 12:58, and it said it would take 50 minutes to go, and it's still going, and I didn't know that my washing machine could adjust like that. Like, it's adjusting on the fly. It's like, oh wait, it's not quite clean, I'll do it again. Hey bro, what's going on? Why are you still going? And also the loudest noise. And I was like, I can pause it, but then it's like just pausing for 4 hours for the last 5 minutes. And all he's doing is spinning all the water out. So I'm like, fuck it, you just have to listen to it. You just have to listen to it. You gotta listen to it. Here he goes. He's going full fucking crazy now. If I keep the thing open, do you hear him? He's going now. He's going. He's absolutely going. Do you hear that? It sounds even more insane down the microphone than it actually sounds in real life. He's having a great time, okay, guys? He's having a lovely time. He's having a lovely time. Oh my god. Oh my god. Gary says, my new Sunday character is a battle master fighter on a hunt for vengeance. Gary, I'm so disappointed in you. Okay, I'm not angry with you. You can play whatever you want to play. But I believe you were told by me to play a different class. What was it? What class did I tell him to play? Dude, that is so annoying. Dude. It's so loud in my ears. Oh my god, dude, so loud. 5 minutes of this. It's so crazy. Why is it still going? My washing machine can change how long he spins for. Wait, you got yours going too? So I spent yesterday tidying. I've got an interesting story to tell you about yesterday. Is it interesting? I don't know, but can I think straight? Not at all. I can't think with this thing going. Dude, the audio sensory overwhelm of a washing machine, you know? It's second only to an extractor fan. An extractor fan on my oven is broken as well, and I need to call the people to come and fix it, and I don't want to. Oh, wow. Why is he still going? 4 minutes. A jet taking off in the background. Mine isn't going today because holiday. What does that mean? Wait, what is happening to both of us then? What are you saying? It's shaking the whole apartment as well. And also shaking. Like, oh, I see what you mean. No, this is my washing machine. Do you call it a washing machine in America? I think you do, right? It sounds like a gay NG screech to me. Gary, what class did I tell you to play? What was it? Was it sorcerer? Washer? You just call it a washer? A paladin, that was right. You're supposed to be playing a paladin. Will you play a paladin next? Next character you get to make? Also, you're playing a fighter. Gary, I'm getting angry with you now. We're shifting from disappointment to anger. A battle master fighter on a hunt for vengeance. When there's a vengeance paladin? Gary, there's a vengeance paladin. How could you do this to me? How could you do this? Oh my god, it's so annoying. If I just do this. Oh. I could do this. So annoying. There's no God on my side. Holy shit. Two minutes left. 2 minutes is how long this video is on my For You page. And then I'll ruin it. And hey guys, oh, it's some really nice guitar picking. Wow, he's doing really well there, isn't he? Gary says Tuesday game is entering the final arc where we finally get it. Gary just ignores me. Gary, Gary, why do you ignore me? Why are you here? Gotta be careful, my knee still hurts. It's still going. You lied to me. You said you were in 2 minutes left. It's been 2 minutes and 3 seconds. You son of a bitch. You're a liar. Why have you lied twice? I didn't know my washing machine could lie. The machines are becoming... They're becoming more... autonomous. The machines have become more autonomous. This is unacceptable. And you know it. Wow. Shut up, dude. How are you still going? Gary said, had an Easter egg. I just thought the conversation had moved on. Gary never had a conversation in his life. This is Gary having a conversation. Hi, Gary. How are you today? Hi. On the Tuesday game, I'm going to be playing a space elf. Okay. Gary, we were going to talk today about, you said you were going to get a degree. You were going to be studying in physics. Where the hell has he gone? And then Gary is flying away like this. Flying away. What the fuck? And they go, hey, Gary, come back. You signed up to this. You signed up. I thought you wanted to come to this university and study physics. And he goes, oh, I thought the conversation had moved on. Hey, by the way, I'm going to be playing a Vengeance Paladin in my next campaign. I don't know what that means, Gary. Could you come down here? I thought the conversation had moved on. Gary. You're a special guy, Gary. You're a very special guy. You're a very special guy. We love you. You do whatever you want, Gary, by the way. You don't have to speak to me. Everyone else in here has to speak to me, but you don't. I get it. Absolutely. It's so much more unique than any of you. The rest of you are so boring compared to Gary. It's astonishing. You know? Oh God, I'm so glad it's over. Can we add quotes for Gary? Can we do that, Lux? Can we have Gary quotes? God, that's a great idea. I also have an unbelievable amount of them that I can add. I keep them for myself. What did you do yesterday, chat? What did you do yesterday? Do you want to know what I did? I watched Alien 1. And then I watched Alien 2. And then I watched Alien 3. He's back, baby. Master of Binge. Master of Binge has returned. I actually started Alien 1 on Friday night. And I technically finished Alien 3 this morning. But I forced myself to just really sit still yesterday. It was hard work. It was hard work, dude, to sit still for so long. But I didn't actually. I got up and I did a tiny little bit of work in the morning because I had to do a little bit of stuff for Table Story. And then my sister and her husband and her whole family were in my town for some other thing. So I was like, hey, come and get this dog and then I don't have to deal with it. And she said, great. So my sister came and took the Chihuahua and the tortoise away. And then I was like, I need to tidy this whole house. Because, one, I need to get rid of all of the allergy. You know, because I'm slightly allergic to that dog. So I was like, I'll go get rid of it. So I'm just going to deep clean. And I'm going to do an insane amount of laundry. Because I'm going to clean everything. And I was like, I'll start with my bed sheets. Because they take the longest to dry and they need to be dry by tonight. Because my other bed sheets, I'll be honest, I lost them. That's the bed. I don't know. I lost my other bed sheets. I think. I have no idea where they went. And it's just the one part of them. But I have OCD. So then, I put that laundry on. It only just finished. And started tidying everything. But then I was like, man, I'm hungry. So I ate some breakfast. And when I ate breakfast, I finished watching Alien 1. At the end of Alien 1, I was like, well, I guess I'm going to watch Alien 2. You know? Which one is Alien 2, by the way? Is it the really weird one that is for some reason set in a British jail? And is practically a film 4 movie? Why is Alien 3 the same level of quality as 28 Days Later, but Alien 2 is a Hollywood blockbuster and Alien 1 is the slowest, dullest horror movie of all time? 3 completely different movies, by the way. It's fucking weird. You would think, I honestly would have thought that it would have gone Alien, Alien 3, Alien 2. So then I was like, well, I'll put that on because I was still eating food. So I wasn't eating food, but I was like sat still. You know when you're like, I don't want to stand up yet. So I put on Alien 2, start watching it. 15 minutes into Alien 2, it just starts buffering. And I was like, well, that's annoying, but it gives me an excuse to stand up. So I stood up, took my dishes to the sink, and then did a whole bunch of washing up. Right, washed all my dishes. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to get on with some tidying. So I started tidying up. So I tidied up a bunch of stuff. And then I was like, I'm going to sit back down again. And I sat back down and I carried on watching Alien 2. 15 minutes in to Alien 2's second 15 minutes, it pauses and buffers again. I was like, okay, good excuse to stand up. So I stood up and I did some more tidying. And then this continued for the whole of Alien 2 and Alien 3. Alien 2 is like 2 hours long, and the beginning of Alien 3, another 2-hour movie, I think. Every 15 minutes yesterday, the player would pause for a minute or two. And I would, in that time, get up and do something else. Tidy. Put the laundry out. I had a second batch of laundry to put on. Once I was done with tidying and laundry, I just used that time to go on TikTok. right? And so I would just, every 15 minutes of the movie, I would get a TikTok break. And do you know what? It was fucking perfect. My attention span can't watch a whole 2-hour movie anymore. Don't know why. Can't do it. Just can't. Have to stop and have TikTok breaks. And the TV was doing it for me. It was like it was coming up and being like, bung, time for a TikTok break. Your attention span is waning. I was able to watch the movie in 15-minute blocks. It was like having commercial breaks. And then get up and do like a little bit of tidying. Or I would just like go on TikTok or do something else, or play a game of Marble Snap, do something else. And then get back to the thing. And then I did that in between cooking and cleaning and just not standing up again and going on TikTok and stuff. But what it did is it forced me to fucking sit still for a day, for one whole day, which is what I really needed to do, because I was like burning the fuck out at the end of, by Friday. Just had too much shit on, man. And so I did nothing yesterday, but I did watch Alien 1, Alien 2, and Alien 3. Now, let's talk about the Alien movies for a second here. 3 completely different movies, what the fuck? Been ages since I watched them. I actually like, it's one of those set of movies that I'm like, oh yeah, I remember those movies. I've seen them loads of times. But actually, I haven't seen them loads of times. And the last time I think I watched them was honestly about 15 years ago. But the last 15 years of my life vanished. You know? Gone. Apparently. So it just felt like I'd seen them recently, but I hadn't. So I put them on and I remember Alien 1 pretty well. But man, that movie is a lot slower than I remember. I mean, any movie that came out in the 70s is the slowest movie of all time when you watch it by today's standards. There's endless lingering shots of almost nothing. You can cut out the lingering. If you just cut every lingering shot in half, the movie would be an hour shorter. And all of those lingering shots are in the first hour of the movie. There isn't an alien in it until... There isn't a xenomorph in it until 56 minutes into an hour and 56 minute movie. There's a face hugger in it before that. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy compared to now modern, you know, like movies and stuff. But it's a good movie. Yeah. Sigourney Weaver looks so good in that movie, it's weird. Apparently she's 28 in that movie. Now, does she look good in Alien 2? No. The 6 years between those movies, or 7 years, 86 was Alien 2. Did a lot of damage. Okay? We've all been there. Right? But Sigourney Weaver is not my type. Right? Sigourney Weaver is not my... And we're going to reduce Sigourney Weaver to flesh. That's it. Right? That's what we're going to do right now. It's Sunday morning. It's just the boys. It's just the boys playing D&D. There's no chicks in here so we can have this conversation because we're playing D&D, so there's no chicks. Sigourney Weaver, not my type. Not really, you know. I don't know how to explain. Not my thing. We're reducing it to flesh. Looks so good in Alien 1. It's crazy. Looks exactly the same as she looks for the rest of her life as of Alien 2. There's a joke in here about women and age. Everyone else in the movies, by the way, just on the flip side of this, the men in these movies are also 28. They look 58. The men are 28 as well. They look 58. Time has... Something's gone wrong. Something has gone wrong with... I don't know what it is. We have plastic in our skin now or something. Because none of us look that bad. Look, we don't look great for... I don't look amazing for 38. But I look better than 38-year-olds looked in 1979 for some reason. Do you know what I mean? I don't look as good as a 22-year-old now. But I look better than a 22-year-old in 1979. Why? Why? Every guy in those movies is so old and ugly, it's crazy. And that goes for every movie prior to about 2016. Yeah, the first movie, honestly, first hour, boring. Alien 1, first movie, first hour, kinda, boring. Second hour, brilliant. Absolutely great. Legendary. The alien looks stupid. The alien is just a guy in a big rubber suit that can't move. And he moves worse than Michael Keaton in his Batman outfit. And it's hilarious when he gets shot out of the back of the spacecraft. And he just goes like this. It's just a guy floating through the air like that. Like when you pick up a cat. The alien dies like that. Alien 2. 1986. The year I was born. For no reason at all, at the beginning of the movie, they go, "Hey Ripley, it's been 57 years." And she goes, "Holy shit, I was cryo-frozen for 57 years." And they go, "Yup." Now, it's not really for no reason at all, but it is kind of for no reason at all. They go, "It's been 57 years. Oh, by the way, the daughter that you never mentioned and it didn't matter and we don't need to talk about." And Ripley goes, "Yeah, she's dead. She died of old age. She has no kids." And Ripley goes, "Cool." And this is the first of 2 times they reset Ripley for no reason at the beginning of an Alien movie. And then they go, "You're also, no one believes you about aliens. But we set up an entire colony on the planet that you were on where the alien was, where the eggs were, secretly because the corporation wants to find the eggs. But we're pretending that it's because we're like terraforming the planet. And there have been people living there for 20 years. And she goes, "Okay, they're all going to die." And they go, "Don't be silly. Anyway, we'll see you in 2 months when they all die." 2 months later, they all die. Why? Why? Because Ripley woke up. The odds of it, you know, they knew that the aliens were there. They sent the people there. They didn't find the aliens. And then they die as soon as Ripley wakes up. Okay, fine. So then they go, "Ripley, you got to go back." And she goes, "No." And they go, "Well, if you do it, we'll give you a Kit Kat." And she goes, "You know what? Fine, I'll do it for a Kit Kat." Literally no reason for her to go back. And she does it anyway. Then they put her on a ship with a bunch of colonial marines. And every single one of those people should not be a marine. The least believable marines of all time. Now, is it in the future? Yes. Does that mean that maybe the standards have slipped between now and 800 years from now, whenever it's set? Maybe. Maybe it is different. But also, they're all using technology from the 80s in a spaceship. They just have normal guns and Bluetooth headsets that aren't even Bluetooth. They're worse than Bluetooth. And they're all talking in what is essentially just the worst technology you've ever seen. I mean, there's even a point where they pull up what is like supposed to be basically an iPad, and it's the most hilarious looking. It's like a grid of 4 things, and they're like, and the guy's like typing really fast in like a laptop, and it's just all it's doing is moving along the grid slowly, and it doesn't make any sense to look at, and it made me laugh. And then, so the Marines in this movie are literally all cartoon characters. They might as well, honestly, this movie, those Marines would have been more believable to me if they go, "Hudson, Hitch," and they're like, "Hey man, I'm a Marine, man." And then there's like another one, there's like a big-titted Latino lesbian who's like, "You're not my type, man." And you're like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, these are..." And honestly, if they had gone down the line and there was like, "I'm Bill Paxman," and then there's like, "I'm a Latino," and then there's like, I'm a black guy, and it was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. If the last one had been Bugs Bunny, I wouldn't have blinked. If they'd gone down the line and the last one was Bugs Bunny, and he's like, nah, what's up, Doc? And he's in a marine outfit, and he was just in the movie the whole time, I wouldn't have blinked. They're so the Marines in that movie are so stupid. They're cartoon characters. Every single one of them. And they're like, hey, is this a bug hunt or are we a rescue mission? And I'm like, hey, you're calling them bugs, but it literally in the next sentence don't believe that there's aliens. No one believes there are aliens in the movie, except for the fact that secretly the corporation knows there's aliens, but won't let anyone know. So why do they call it a bug hunt if there's no bugs? Because they don't know. Are they talking about the aliens? Does a bug hunt mean something else? Because it confused me. I was like, wait, I thought you weren't. And then like the next sentence, they're like, there is no such thing as aliens. And then a guy's like, yeah, there might be a xenomorph down there. And the guy's like, what's a xenomorph? And I'm like, well, it sounds like you guys have you've been hunting xenomorphs. I'm confused. Didn't understand it. Anyway, they all go down there. Everyone dies. There's a little girl on the planet who has survived the entire time. I don't know how. It's absolutely stupid. Insane that this child has survived against that alien. Absolutely insane that there's a little girl who's 8 years old who's been on there the whole time and has survived this whole time. Who is she? Rufio? How has she done that? She hasn't. She survived the alien. She's been down there for 10 months or something. Facing off against this thing like Gizmo and Gremlins. And surviving and winning. And then becomes immediately a child again who can't look after herself as soon as the Marines arrive. The aliens and the Marines, everybody kills all the Marines. Ripley's in there. She sees the Queen. The Queen is in this one. And they're like, oh my God, it's the Queen. This is crazy. You know, whatever. They kill the thing, get on the, and they fly away. And Ripley flies away with the child. And one guy lives. Two guys live. The child lives. Ripley lives. They get on a ship. They all get into cryo tubes. And then they go to Alien 3. And the beginning of Alien 3 is a different movie. This one is not Ridley. This one is David Fincher, it turns out. Doesn't do anything to help it. This one, the alien is in a dog. So it becomes slightly less human alien and slightly more dog alien. But the version I watched, it was an ox. Why? Because it doesn't make sense that it's in an ox. Because the alien is a dog alien. Because the xenomorph takes on traits of the thing that it was a host of. It's clearly a dog. They even at one point are like, hey Rex, is that you down there, boy? Doesn't make sense because he's talking to an ox in a pipe. At the beginning of the movie, there's a prison colony planet. Ripley's ship crashes into the planet. First of all, insane that happened. Second of all, they kill everyone. All of the whole point of the fucking second movie, they just delete it. The girl's dead. The people that she saved are dead. All the fucking Marines that come with are dead. The bishop is dead. And didn't need to. And didn't need to at all. And they're like, yeah, it's because it's to show, it's to mirror the bleakness of the, you could write any other way. Honestly, you could have, do you know what would have been way cooler? Is this. The beginning of Alien 3. You ready? Ripley, Sigourney Weaver. Where am I? And they go, you're in a prison colony. And she goes, where's my crew? Where's the girl? Huh? What are you talking about? And the company sent her there. And the company sent her there because they knew there'd be an alien in her. And they put her on the planet to birth it so that they can capture it again or something. That would be way better. You know? And the girl and the others have just been somewhere else. You could do it that way. Unbelievable how much better I am at writing movies than almost every single person on the planet from my armchair at home. Now, the entire cast of Alien 3 are English for no reason. This movie. I like Alien 3 on its own. But when you watch it, straight after watching Alien 2, it's fucking mental. It is a film 4 movie. Now, if you're not from the UK, you don't know what that means. But I have no other way of describing it. It's a film 4 movie. And it is just different to all the other ones. Apparently, it's because this was filmed in England. And obviously, it's just easier to get local actors, right? But, so random. Everyone in it is British. Charles Dance is in it. And they're all Christian prisoners. And she's the only woman that shows up. And then a dog alien gets out and kills everyone. That's it. And all three of those movies are different movies from each other. And it's crazy to watch. The first one, boring horror movie until the very end. Good stuff. Weirdly. Sigourney Weaver looks so unbelievably good in that movie. It doesn't make sense. Because, I'll tell you why it's weird. It's 1979. Everyone on your screen looks sexy as shit in 2025. Cars, cameras, and everything. Makeup. It's all so good. There's no reason she should look that good in that movie. It's worth watching it for. Because then you immediately watch the next movie and you're like, no one looks good anymore. What happened? Second movie, absolute standard 1986 action movie with the worst one-liners from every character. And I swear to God, they should have Bugs Bunny in it. I genuinely think you could watch that movie and Bugs Bunny would be in it. Like, you know, like Space Jam, Bugs Bunny. He's just there. And I think it would be completely fine. I honestly do not think it would affect the movie in any negative way. I don't think it would change anything if he was just one of the Marines in that movie. I swear to God. I want to re-edit it and put Bugs Bunny in it. The third one, a great, completely random movie. Should be a standalone movie. Should be a standalone movie. They straight up should have had the movie be this. Alien 3. Almost exactly the same, except Ripley wakes up, doesn't know why she's there. An alien is let loose. They don't understand what's going on. And at the end of the movie, you find out that Ripley is an android of Ripley. And the company are training a Ripley android to be able to deal with the alien threat. And then the final shot of the movie is we see Earth and the aliens are killing everyone. And you're like, oh, so this is set 150 years after Alien 2. And Ripley was right. Ripley keeps being like, we can't let this alien come back to Earth. That's like a whole thing. She's like, this evil corporation is trying to bring the alien back to Earth. It's going to kill everyone. And they don't understand it and they're stupid and they're money men. And they should do that. That would have been the best movie ever. That would be the best. And then the rest of Alien 3 is exactly the same. It's also really similar to Terminator 2. And that's my review. The 3 movies. I've got nothing else to talk about. This is what I did yesterday. Was watch those 3 movies. It's all I've been thinking about and talking about. I'm gonna watch Alien Resurrection. The whole reason I'm watching the Alien movies is I want to watch that new one. I didn't watch it, Romulus or something. So now I'm going into the weird Alien movies. I'm gonna watch Resurrection and the Prometheus ones. I've watched those Prometheus movies, I think. I've definitely seen the first one. I'm pretty sure I've seen the second one. I don't remember a single thing about it apart from one meme. And the only thing I remember about Alien Resurrection is how Winona Ryder kills the alien. Also, apparently Sigourney Weaver is in that movie and I don't remember in it at all. But I do remember the end of Resurrection. It gets sucked out through a pinhole, doesn't it? That's all I remember. It's white as well for some reason. It gets liquefied out of a pinhole or something like that. So yeah, but I just want to watch the new one. But I thought, the thing is that my life is completely empty and void of anything. So I might as well. Why watch just one Alien movie? I might as well fucking watch them all. I got the time. I'm not watching Alien versus Predators. I can't be bothered. I watched those. There was one that came out that was like, oh no, I think it was a Predator movie. where a predator goes up against a Native American tribe. Which, by the way, look, predator wins every time. Hey. What do you mean? Oh, he's going up against a Native American tribe? Oh, that's cool and inclusive and interesting. Predator wins every time, not a single survivor. No chance. No chance. You could put Predator up against anything. Like, hey, Predator defeated modern Green Berets or whatever they were. Predator defeated modern Delta Squad, Delta Force. He's going to kill the Native American tribe. Okay? Because they've got bows and arrows. Also, hey, he would defeat anyone that wasn't... He's defeated, hey, modern Green Beret military. Okay? So, Predator would defeat Native American tribe. Predator would defeat samurais. Predator would defeat Vikings. Predator would defeat Romans. Predator will defeat all of them. Do you know how I know? Because modern Green Berets would absolutely annihilate a samurai. So I like the concept, but everyone in that fucking tribe, done. By the way, the Native American tribe win. Arnold Schwarzenegger, if it wasn't for plot armor, would have died. Danny Glover shouldn't have made it 3 minutes into the first encounter with Predator. It's absolutely insane that he's just a cop. He's literally playing the same character as from the other movie with Mel Gibson. And he should also be dead. I like Prey. It reminded me of the original Predator. I liked it as well. I mean, it was an interesting movie. I vaguely remember watching it. I enjoyed it. I like that actor as well. I can't remember her name, but she's great. It just doesn't. There's no way they win, you know. Native American woman. It was the whole tribe. It was definitely her tribe because it's her brother that goes missing, and they go and try and find him. Why are you not uploading videos on YouTube? I'm busy. I'm actually busy. How many jobs have you got? You want to do another one? For no money? How about whatever job you have, we give you another one to do. And you don't get paid for it. You going to do it? Didn't think so. But that's why. That is why. So there's my review of Alien. I haven't seen the new one. And I want to watch it. Did you already review last episode of Daredevil? No, because that's new and I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't watched it yet. Alien, if you haven't seen Alien by now, I have no fucks to give about telling you the ending of it. Also, if you watch Alien now, you can watch any 3 of those movies. I'll give you the first scene. You'll be able to write the rest of the movie. Because they're just like... So any movie from earlier than like 97, you'd be able to predict the ending. So it doesn't matter. You can spoil movies from 97 and before. I'm letting you. I'm letting you. I enjoyed Daredevil. It's like so blatantly like... The reshoots on that the second to last episode I think was the best one. The last episode it was really blatant that it was like reshot to bits. But I enjoyed it, and I think I sort of have a lot of faith in the second season because of that. First season's like it was still a pretty cohesive and enjoyable story, even though it was an absolute nightmare. You know, the law to the Predator movies they tend to go with is the Predator gets arrogant and gets sloppy. Yeah, I'm okay with that because Predator is a guy, isn't he? That's the thing with Predator. He's a guy. Alien is an animal. and Predator is a guy. So the Predators having their own personalities, I think, is enjoyable to watch and gives them those flaws, which allows the human to exploit, which is pretty much how they defeat them in every Predator movie. And I get it. Hey guys, I understand how the very basic action movies of Predator work, and I was just saying that all of the Native Americans would be killed just for comedy purposes, really, because it doesn't, because they're obviously, they have bows and arrows against an alien that has a fucking triangle of death on his shoulder. But yeah, I mean, let's we got a message from Shadow today, and he was literally in tears, crying that he was going to miss today's episode. And I told him he must never. Last week I said, because he missed last week, I said I've made it as good as possible so you can never leave me alone with them again. And I said this is going to be the best episode of all time, because he dares to miss. He dares to miss another Sunday. He dares. This motherfucker. It makes me laugh so much because he is the #1 fan of D&D. The Twitch plays D&D. He's #1. It's his favourite thing. It's the only thing. His whole week pivots around this. It kills him. It kills him. Hey, Brad. Oh. No one gives a shit. Okay. You want to play D&D then? Yay! Alright.
Sloth, pride, lust, rise, lily, eyes, up. Freddo profundo country salutaris oceanus opaca concilia in litore compas let gebam quod liam super etagem toto 17 admitted me rectum ad infernum or lucere rois smitten poribus temptavis et nostra superficies et occult open ille rotarum fuck eamus nota et omnibus systemoribus infernalibus et temoribus incretinum iterum orlusa rise back from the hell turn up the spice es wird heiß road and dice cut them down to the car let your arrows soar always remember to be ready for more rise there rise with the playing nice es wird heiß living as the sight the hills the more the parents the fall comes to wreck rise above it all.
That's right. It is time to return to...
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Oh yes. How could we have forgotten where we left off last week? Who wants to sum up last week's episode for us? Shadow will do it. Last week, you ended up in the River Styx. You accepted a quest from Titivolus to return to the River Styx, investigate the source of corruption, which was that there was an angel, a celestial presence, within the river Styx, which was stopping devils from being able to leave or return to via the river Styx, as well as souls. There was a blockage to certain types of souls. Titivolus said, "Go there, corrupt the celestial presence to Tivolus's will." At the same time, another devil appeared, who was called, what was the other devil called? Another devil appeared and said, "Don't do that. Titivolus will grow too powerful. He's going to become a problem for the Devil King. And also, the Devil King has no interest in mortal world, whereas Titivolus would break free of hell and overtake the mortal realm if you give him any more power." You chose to tell Titivolus the truth, right? About what that other devil told you. Snotflap was freed. You left. You went down to the river Styx, met with the ferryman, jumped on the boat, fought some slimes, and got to the area where the angel is said to be imprisoned, and dived into the river Styx, leaving Snotflap above, and descending into the river Styx itself, with a sort of conscious battle or an unconscious battle, a dreamlike battle within themselves. Lyri made it to the bottom of the river Styx and found the chamber where an enormous angelic corpse was strung up. And that's where we ended it. We pick up from here. So I think Lyri sort of again drifts out of this strange black inky river and appears within this enormous cavern with this sort of, it's like a chamber, like a cathedral, Gothic cathedral chamber. And there is an enormous angel which is hanging, the corpse of an angel hanging in tatters with these enormous chains of iron that are holding it aloft, sort of crucified, with flames underneath and feathers floating down. That is where we left the last session, but we also left on a wheel spin. So you have a wheel spin and then another wheel spin, and also you'll see the big white section there is Easter egg, because apparently it is Easter Sunday today. I've been informed. So we spin it once and see what you get. Ooh, what does that say? What is that? It's not good because it's red. Devils. Oh, perfect. That's fine. Okay, and then another spin. An Easter egg. Roll me a d20. Oh, wait, you can't. Hold on, I didn't set the bot going. Let me set the bot going. Forget every week. All right. Exclamation point. Roll d20. Roll me a d20. We can take the first number. Let's see what... Whoa. What, we get in the Easter egg. A 15. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Each of these Easter eggs, no matter what, will grant you 1d6 temporary HP. You're welcome. So you gain immediately 2 more HP, temporary HP. And inside is a Kinder Egg. There is a gift inside the Easter egg. And inside this Easter egg is a potion of climbing. In the player's handbook, there are potions. EMG. A potion of climbing acquired. Potion of climbing. When you drink this potion, you gain a climb speed equal to your speed for 1 hour. During this time, you have advantage on athletics checks to climb. This potion is separated into brown, silver, and grey layers resembling bands of stone. Nice. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Then, let us begin. Again, before you, the vast chamber silent and empty aside from Lyri and the slow radiant drip of golden ichor from the chained angel's corpse. Though the angel is dead, something divine still lingers within. A flickering thread of soul woven into the space around this angel like perfume. Lyri, with celestial heritage, can feel it and can reach for it, but not yet. First, you have to understand how. How do you interact with this angelic radiant essence? How do you extract it? How do you make a decision with what to do with it? The first thing I would like is an Arcana check. You have a -1 to this Arcana check. We'll take the second number you roll. Let's see how you do. Ooh, would have been a 1 if we'd taken the first roll from Pitsky. You look very carefully. This is glowing. That's production quality for you. You're welcome. A 12 -1 is an 11. A failure. Lyri moves closer to really what is the only thing in this enormous chamber. Moving cautiously around the enormous chains, glancing and looking over the runes that run up these chains, flaming. The chains and runes sort of lift up off of the ground, up into the air and around this corpse, and the runes themselves pulse, still very much active even around this dead creature. Lyri moves close enough to one of the chains and runs a hand along the cold iron before allowing a finger to glance over one of the glyphs, and there is a surge of flame. Make me a Constitution saving throw, please. You have +4 to this check. We'll take the second roll. A 3, a failure. Okay, so you will take 2d10 radiant damage. Luckily, you are resistant to radiant damage, so this 10 that I've rolled will only be a 5. So there goes 3 of those temporary hit points immediately, and then 2 from your actual HP. As the rune surges, it's instant. The searing pain, like touching a hot pan without realizing that the stove was on, burns through Lyri's hand. The legendary sort of resistance to radiant damage only doing so much, recognizing that this is an astonishing amount of power that is surging through these glyphs, naturally pulling their hand away. Looking down at the runes, they become harder and harder to interpret. Lyri senses that they must be undone through sort of symbolic means rather than brute force, but how and what they might mean, you're unable to determine. Looking around, there are other elements though, other ways that you might be able to figure out how to interface with the essence of the angel. We see Lyri sort of glance down at the dripping, glowing ichor, the ichor, the golden blood that is falling, some of it falling into the flaming pit below, most landing on pieces of the black stone, glowing on this warm stone underneath. Lyri kneels down. Make me a religion check for this one. Religion check. -1 to your religion knowledge. We'll take the second roll. Not that 19, Kakan. -1 to this. Three. A second fail. Lyri misreads the energy, believing the essence might be trying to possess them. We move on. The next piece of information is temporarily locked. Looking up, this enormous figure, this angel, Lyri studies the creature's face. It's serene, almost peaceful, but Lyri looks a little closer, lingers for a moment. There's a furrow to the angel's brow, a very subtle parting of the lips. Make me an insight check, please, as you study this angel's face. You have, for insight, a +1. We'll take the second number, not that 5. $11. You have a +1 to this. I hate to tell you this, guys. It's another fail. Lyri misinterprets the expression as pain, not purpose. There is a sense of urgency, but Lyri misunderstands what the expression might be on this angel's face. Thank you for the gift subs, Anonymous, Nayanar, Isaac, Ouroboros. Looking over this angel, Lyri tries desperately to think of any angels that they might have read about, they might have heard about, they might have any sort of memory or connection to. Make me a history check to see if you can simply recall this angel's identity. If anything stands out about this angel, it might give you a clue as to who they were. You have a -1 to history. You won't take that 5. Got to beat a 12 this time. Do we still have that thing where we know everyone's name? I don't know, do you? I don't think it would matter either way, because the angel's dead. Oh no, you don't. You're immune to curses. An 18. -1, 17. There are things on this angel that stand out. Size. It's a very large angel. The lips of this angel are they have a blue tinge to them that at first you may have mistook for the blue lips of death, but are simply the hue of this angel's lips. A few defining features. Lyri recalls an angel that matches this description. Seraphina of the 9th light, a celestial of memory and truth, whose power was tied to spoken names and final words. At the base of where the angel's corpse hangs, there is a small stone altar which is etched with fading glyphs. Each one corresponds to a memory, name, light, or silence. The blood, pieces of the blood and the ichor, the golden blood, seem to be landing and leading on parts of this altar, leading down towards the center of it like veins to a heart. There are 4 grooves and 4 objects half submerged in the golden ichor. There is a broken holy symbol, a blood-stained feather, a blank scroll, and a silver bell without a clapper. Make me an investigation check. Here's what's on there. What is your investigation? -1. -1 to this check. 11. A 10. There are 3 places, sort of cut out sockets, that you might place one of these objects within. But which one belongs where, you're not too sure. What do you do? You have, again, a broken holy symbol, a blood-stained feather, a blank scroll, a silver bell. You try to pay to win. They scream. We pay to win. Thank you, Cloud C. Thank you, Nayana. Appreciate you. What do you do with these items? I give you the option to play the game here. Poke at, touch one of the settings. Are we wearing the cloak of camouflage for advantage on wisdom and perception checks? You get it on perception and stealth, I think. Write our name in the blank scroll. Ring the bell. Bell is missing a clapper. Draw the holy symbol in blood on the blank scroll. Religion check to see what holy symbol it is. Wash the feather. Write the angel's name on the scroll. See if we can repair the holy symbol. And of course, find the holy chicken. Alright, there you go. There's your choices. What would you like to do? The choice, as always, is yours. You can also pay to win. One more sub and we'll spin the wheel. Maybe you'll get another Easter egg. Today and today only, Easter eggs are available on the wheel spin. Because I found out today that it's Easter. Religion check. Alright. You can make me a religion check. You have a -1 to this roll, and I'll spin the wheel. Minor wish. Granted. Alright, let's do this religion check first. It was -1. A 14. A 13 in total then. The holy symbol is a simple crest of a starburst. Your vague understanding of sort of celestial imagery suggests that it represents sort of divine illumination, which is the truth piercing through darkness, which is sort of harkens back to the identity of the angel being Seraphina of the Ninth Light, an angel of sort of spoken names and final words and stuff like that. So it is essentially a holy symbol that represents the angel above you. Now, you get a minor wish granted here. What do you want? What do you want? Our celestial blood gives us a clue. A ham and cheese sandwich. Omega Road Divine, which what do you mean? A divine ham and cheese sandwich? A holy chicken sandwich? A vodka shot? You guys don't want anything? Okay. Advice on how to become stronger. Win D&D. Alright, that's it. Okay. You can have anything. It's a minor wish. 2 of these are sandwiches and one's a vodka shot. When Lyri gets permed, I want you to remember these choices that you made. Okay? Lux says, here's 5 gift subs. Please forget what happened here today. Our celestial blood gives us a clue. Alright. Looking over these items, some of them stand out. The feather, the scroll, and the holy symbol. The bell feels like a false path. There are 3 places that you can place these items, and only the feather, scroll, and holy symbol seem like they make sense. Place the items in the sockets. Yes. No. There is more. A Resident Evil game. This is a Resident Evil puzzle. And when you get a random fucking thing in Resident Evil and you're like, I have no... Why is it shaped like a penis? And then an hour later you find a wall. I'm confused. I mean, you seem like you're always confused, to be fair. Progress ahead. You may not be able to return for some time. You can always pay to win. Thank you for the gift subs today, by the way. Appreciate you. There's always the option to win an Easter egg on Easter Sunday. Not to be confused with Easter Greg. There's more. Okay. Then what would you like to do? You have a broken holy symbol, a blood-stained feather, and a blank scroll. What would you like to do? Spin the wheel, they scream. Okay. You get another scroll. Okay, hold on. Let's see what you want to do here first, and then we'll roll for a scroll. Write our name in the scroll. Write Seraphina's name in the scroll, and then place each item. Drink the water. Draw the holy symbol on the scroll. Write sandwich recipe onto the scroll. Prepare the holy symbol. Use the feather to write the angel's name in the scroll. Put feather on angel's forehead. Okay. There's your options. Let's generate you a scroll. The scroll that's come up is Shatter. You currently have Spare the Dying. So we'll go over that in a second. Use the feather to write the angel's name in the scroll. Okay. That's what we're going to do. I will forget that, so I'm writing it here. To remind myself in a minute, because first we have to determine which scroll to keep. Which scroll to keep? Keep spare the dying. Unlimited. Unlimited. Take shatter, which is a 2nd level spell, so you get 8 uses. What are these? Let's find out. Spare the dying. A necromancy cantrip. Touch. You touch a living creature that has 0 hit points. The creature becomes stable. This spell has no effect on undead or constructs. Shatter. 2nd level evocation, 60 feet range, a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from the point of your choice within range. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a con saving throw. A creature that takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. A creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on this saving throw. A non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes the damage if it's in the spell's area. So that is the scroll you could take. Which one do you want? Crew are split. 50-50 so far. You can't spare the dying yourself, no, but you could use it on Snotflap or Lancelot or other companions. Won't work on other NPCs though. Companions, yes. Shatter has been claimed. Okay. Adding Shatter to your character sheet. You now have spell scroll Shatter. And what were we doing? You use the feather to write the angel's name in the scroll. Taking the feather, which is blood-stained, and covered in golden ichor, you see Lyri take the blank-looking scroll and write the angel's name, Seraphina of the Ninth Light. The blood-stained feather you witness the ink, or the blood, run down the feather, pooling at the end, and as you write the name, it drains from the feather. At the end, you have a clean feather and a scroll which says Seraphina of the Ninth Light on it. What do? You have a clean feather, scroll with angel name, and a broken holy symbol. And 3 grooves, 3 slots. Nothing happened. I just described what happened. Place them in the slots. They're just holes. They're not shaped. They're just a hole. There are no changes to the environment. Rub the scroll on the holy symbol. Put the scroll in the hole. Further examine the broken holy symbol. If you do that, it just comes up and gives you the same message. You know, when you're playing Resident Evil and it's the same message over and over again. It's not a magic scroll, it's just a normal scroll. Put the scroll on the angle and clean the feather. The feather is already clean. That's why it says clean feather. Does it right there for you. You're welcome. Place them in order: feather, scroll, broken symbol. Repair holy symbol. Repair holy symbol. Okay, we can do these. Will do. What do you want to do? Place them in the slots. Rub the scroll on the broken holy symbol. Put the scroll in the hole. Place them in order: feather, scroll, broken symbol. Repair the holy symbol. What do you want to do? What do you do here? A giant angel above you. Chains with glyphs upon them. And an altar with 3 openings in which you can place the items in front of you. What happened to the bell? Yeah. You had a minor wish, which was a clue to help you solve this, and that the bell was essentially a red herring. You wonder what Snotflap is doing? He's probably trying to eat the ferryman. Let's be honest.
Come on, man. Just a little bite.
Repair the holy symbol. How? How do you attempt to repair the holy symbol? It is just old and cracked looking. Give it a mild dusting. Mirror the non-broken parts. I don't know what that means. Explain it. With using the feather and bind it around and hold the scroll on it. Attach it together and drop your blood on it. Jesus. Is that how you repair stuff in Thailand? Rip clothes to rags and bind it. Is there anything on the ground that could be the lost clapper? The bell is not part of the puzzle anymore. For the 3rd time. What is the holy symbol made out of? Looks like stone. Speak the name of the deity for the symbol. Okay, these are your options. Which one would you like to try? want you to bear in mind you failed 3 out of 4 of the investigative checks that led to this puzzle. What is Ica? It is the blood. The fluid that flows like blood in the veins of the gods. I think it's ichor. Possibly in an American accent. Tiebreaker. Anyone want to break this tie? Yeah. Attach it together and drop your blood on it. Okay. You choose to attach it together and drop your blood on it. I think that means you take 1 point of damage because D&D players who don't lose at least 1 point of damage when they use their blood for something. You take a giant, absolutely enormous knife and run it heavily across the palm of your hand. And blood starts to run freely, squeezing it onto the holy symbol, because they do that in TV and no one knows why. It doesn't make any sense you would ever do it that way. The blood hits the holy symbol. There is a sort of resonance between the blood and the holy symbol. It doesn't fix it, but it does potentially offer a clue. Make me another investigation check. You have -1 to your investigation checks. So roll very well. We'll take the second roll. You've lost 3 health. You could use your healing hand. What do you get for that? You get 4 HP back. A 12. -1 is an 11. This requires a large amount of radiant energy to be healed. There is a very, very weak diluted radiant element, celestial element to your blood. An enormous amount of radiant energy will fix the holy symbol. What would you like to do? Dip it in the angel blood? It came from the angel blood. It was already covered in angel blood. All of these items were when you pulled them free. The holy symbol in the hole. Put all the items in the holes. How catchy cantrips. How does the story and choices work here? I will explain. You are the main character, Lyri. Ta-da! There you are. Level 4 fighter, Asimar. Currently in hell. Now, you've come quite far as a character. There's a lot going on. You're in hell and you're trying to clear a celestial presence that is literally within the river Styx on behalf of a devil called Tivolus. At the moment, you are standing below the corpse of an angel that is chained above you in a chamber, and there you are working out a puzzle. Everyone is making choices as one character, yes. Healing hand on the symbol, and then pray to the angel. You're halfway through a puzzle, so I won't try and explain it to that. Feed it more blood. Pray. Hold the scroll and speak the angel's name, holding the relic in the injured hand. Any other options before we let it go? Okay. There you go. How do you attempt to repair the holy symbol? It's old and cracked. There is a resonance to your blood. But you get the sense on that investigation check that it's going to take an enormous amount of radiant energy to be able to actually repair the holy symbol. What's the plan? The choice is yours. You can vote for the option you want by typing the number next to the thing in the chat, by the way. Hi, Sleth.
39 months of being called a villain. And for what? I didn't do this. They made me. They made me what I am.
Where was all the power that was flowing through that glyph coming from? That was the chains. There are glyphs all over the chains. Hold the scroll and speak the angel's name while holding the relic in the injured hand. You do so. Lyri takes the items, speaks the name. Nothing. No response from anything. None of the items respond. The altar. Nothing around this cavern seems to have. There's almost no effect at all. We'll remove this one. You want to try any different options? We can try one of the other ones. Take the... Lost it. Take the holy symbol and hold it to one of the chains. Any other options from the chat room? Debiru, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Debiru says, we can give him some money and he'll tell us the answer. Anonymous is like, what if we give you the money? Will you tell us the answer? Maybe. Use the chains to bind the holy symbol. It's kind of the same thing. The chains are enormous, by the way, because they're holding it like a giant angel. So the chains are like these huge things around you. They're not like small little things. Meditate our celestial side to flow to the holy symbol. Alright, I'll give you these options. There you go. You can vote for those. I'll spin the wheel. When we spin the wheel, random things happen. Could be anything. Let's have a look. What happens? An instant potion. Alright. You know what? I'll roll a d20. No, I won't. We'll just wait. We'll wait. Do you write the story? Is it pre-written? Everything is being procedurally generated before your eyes. I'm just doing everything as we go. I had some time to prep this week because we ended at the reveal of the angel last week. But I didn't prep anything more than a cool background. What do you want to try here to attempt to repair the holy symbol? Meditate our celestial side to flow to the holy symbol. Okay. What's a good meditation check? Probably just wisdom or something, isn't it? Let's just do a wisdom check, a whiz check. Roll me a d20, chat. Exclamation point, roll d20. The first number you roll, we'll take for the potion. The second number will be your whiz check. Because you get an instant potion as well. An 8 on the potion. Or potion of advantage. Does it do what I think it does? When you drink this potion, you gain advantage on one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw of your choice that you make within the next hour. Which you get immediately. So you have advantage on any upcoming check. And then you get a 19 on your meditation check. And the plan was meditate our celestial side to flow into the holy symbol. Lyri says, I don't really do this too often. Takes the holy symbol, finds an area to sit, and just begins to meditate, concentrating on the diluted and weak elements of their celestial heritage. Lyri is aware of the Asimar element. For the most part, Lyri kind of looks like an elf, I think. But there is some strange celestial elements to Lyri. No one has blue hair, for example. And concentrating on this holy symbol, I think Lyri understands and feels a brief and fleeting connection to the enormous celestial ahead of them and above them. But it really is just, it's like hearing an echo of something indescribable. After some time, there's no noticeable change in Lyri, no noticeable change in the area, and no noticeable change in the holy symbol. You feel closer to the angel, but it has had no effect on the holy symbol itself. I'll keep these here. Well, I'll get rid of dip it in the angel blood because you took it out of angel blood. Any other options? Anything else you want to try here to attempt to repair the holy symbol? It's a stone thing that is old and cracked. You know that it requires a surge of extreme radiant energy of some kind. Any other options? You want to go with these ones? Okay, there's your options.
Break it further.
Glitchy wheel. We'll add it to the next attempt. Or the next list of attempts. Unless you solve it. Between now and then.
Do love a puzzle on a Sunday.
Ooh, I do love a puzzle on a Sunday. I'm very excited for my Tuesday D&D crew to get to their first puzzle. I don't know when it will be. It certainly will not be this week, the upcoming session. But I do want to see how they do deal with a puzzle when I put one in front of them eventually. An Easter puzzle. We've got a split here. Anyone want to attempt to break the tie? Nope. Yes. Oh. There it is. Healing hands on the symbol and pray to the angel's name so holy. I mean, the most foreign sentence so far today. Healing hands. As an action, you touch a creature, which this is not. The spell does not go off. Lyri does speak the name, but the spell itself is not consumed. Nothing happens. What was the addition I was going to put in there? From Glitchy. Break it further. Any other options that you want to try? Yeah, exactly. Debiro. Place the symbol near the angel. Touch the symbol while casting Healing Hand on ourself. Hold the chain and drip the blood on the relic and focus on repair. Alright, there's your options. Read through them. Decide which one you would like to try. See if you can repair this thing. Thank you so much for the gift subs, by the way. I appreciate it. I only do this on Sundays for gift subs. It's not entirely true, but it is certainly an incentivization for me. Because I actually don't want to be DMing 53 times a week. It's tiring. It's hard to do. Coming up with stupid angel puzzles and silly bandits to kill my party with. I hope your Easter 420 is going well. 420. Is that the date in America? It is, isn't it? The 20th of the 4th. I wish I had some weed for my 420. A little crack open a little Easter egg and inside is a fucking blunt. Ah, the good old days when I could smoke and not go crazy. Ravioli, thanks for the gift sub, my friend. Alright, what's the plan? What are you going to try here? Put the items in the holes. Placing the items one by one into each of the holes. This puzzle is not ready yet. Try anything else? You want to add anything to this list before we set it going again? Spread the black sand on the holes and the angel. That's right, you got some black sand. Some weird devilish. Probably looks like, you know, like that magnetic sand that you get. Yeah, you got that completely and totally at random by nothing more than RNG. So I'm sure that it was baked into this puzzle. That makes sense. Let's try that one. What do you want to try here? Some good options on the board, some bad ones. Some that you don't realize it will kill you instantly. How do you attempt to repair the holy symbol? Bloody Alan Mike's here. We can die? Technically you are dead right now. You have to escape hell or remain permed. Unpermed. Alright. Take the holy symbol and hold it to one of the chains. Taking the holy symbol, remembering the burning sensation from your hand, Theory glances over to one of the chains and very cautiously approaches it, making sure that, like you're trying to sear a steak, so as not to touch the chains with their fingertips, pushes the holy symbol to the chain and works. Yes, that was the answer, Omega. Well done. You figured it out about 10 minutes ago and everyone was ignoring you the whole time. Standing at the edge of the table, everyone's like, what if we cover it in cheese and salsa dip? Do you think that would work? And Omega's like, it's the radiant chains. He said an enormous amount of radiant. He said it's going to take an enormous amount of radiant power and energy to fix it. And he also said earlier that you really recognize that the chains contain an enormous amount of radiant energy. Remember when he said that, guys? Hey, is anyone listening to me? The chains. If we push it to the chains. What if we train a dog from birth over the next 6 years to take the holy symbol back up to the top and ask Snotflap to see what he thinks about it? I was about to give you a clue and then Omega straight up solved it and I was like, okay, we're just going to go through all this list until they get to that one. Which is what we did. It's fun being a DM. With all three of the items now changed. The feather, clean. The scroll with the name written on it, and the holy symbol no longer cracked and old looking but new, as if it had recently been carved. Would you like to place them all into the sockets available? Yes or no in the chat room? Yes? No, wait. This must be a trap. Too easy. Spent an hour on it. Too easy, you know? It's far too easy. It took us a whole hour to even get vaguely close. And I personally, Lolly, didn't figure out even one element of it. Far too easy. You place the objects into the altar. 1, 2, 3. Then a tremor runs through the chamber. There is a soft and sorrowful note, like a humming in the air above. Like a violinist's bow across broken strings, but not in a way that is painful to hear, simply upsetting and sad. The chains binding the angel's huge corpse kind of groan and then fall slack, and the angel's head tilts back, parting in a silent exhale, almost as if speaking a final word from her chest and up and out through the blue lips. A mote of radiant gold lifts, trailing these tendrils of light out and around the angel, moving slowly and purposefully down trailing around some of the chains about the angel's legs and down, floating slower and slower towards Lyri. There is a sort of pulsing heat, not fire, but a sort of old, pure energy that fills you. Lyri instinctively and without even necessarily meaning to, reaches out for the moat, and the moat touches Lyri's hand and then sinks into Lyri's skin. There's a flash of white. Lyri staggers back. There's a set of visions, memories that aren't Lyri's, choirs, betrayals, voices that call out in prayer for truth. And you see in a brief moment the angel Seraphina, not as a corpse but alive and radiant and weeping beneath a blackened sky as devils descend upon the angel and then gone. There is a secondary sound. Wrong. A sucking sensation, sort of wet but whispering. From where the essence left the angel's form, and as the light moved around the room, the shadows began to coalesce into a single form, a sort of smear on the ground. And as Lyri takes the angel's essence unto themselves, this smear of a shadow peels away from underneath the corpse. It slinks across the stone, shape shifting and twitching and lifting up from the ground. There are eyes where no eyes should be, a wide mouth that grins, and it moves towards you suddenly. Please roll me some initiative. We'll take the second roll. D20. And I shall attempt to bring us to the battle map. Come on. That's not worth the fee? You want advantage on initiative? Would you like to use your advantage on your initiative? I mean, you got an 18, so no. Let's be honest, you don't. Now, he's not here, so we'll say that this shadow looks like Shadow. He's here in spirit, almost literally. So we can give you, what is it, an 18 plus 4, 22. There he goes on a 22. And the shadow will go on a 7. It's time to begin combat. Do you fear already? Where's all this money coming from? Serpent, Bubu, thank you so much for the gift subs. Bear, thank you for the 10. Oh, it's because it looks so fucking cool. It does, doesn't it? All right. Let me pull up the shadow sheet so that you can actually fight something. The shadow lunging towards you. It is your turn. Remember, you have initiative on one of these rolls. Shall we say it's this one? How do you want to use that? Would you like to use your initiative, yes or no? What does Lyri do? First option, attack melee. Attack ranged. Whichever one you pick will determine whether you have or do not have the shield equipped. For example, if you say, yeah, we're attack melee, I'm going to assume you rush in with sword and board. If you say we attack ranged on your first action, then I'm going to assume you have the shield on your back and the long bow out. You can use the scroll. You have a new scroll, Shatter. You can use the dodge command. You can use a potion of healing, but you're full health. No, you're not. Potion of healing. Healing hands. I can't remember if that's an action or a bonus action, actually. I think it's an action. Summon Diablos. And then any other creative options in the chat room if you want to add anything else. Anything else you want to try here. Against the Shadow. Shadow the Wreck God. Dance. Always an option. Sword and board. Yeah, you don't say sword and board. Block and slide under him and attack from behind. Okay. Speak to the shadow. But Shadow's at his auntie's house or something. Shove the shadow into the chain, burning it with radiant damage. Alright, I don't think I can fit more on there. Or break the chain. Alright, you know what? I just love the phrase break the chain. Episode title. Okay, they all fit. You're good. There you go. There's your options. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Shove the shadow into the chain. Burn it with radiant damage. Nice. Okay. You can certainly try. Rushing forward. And attempting to shove this creature into the chain. Now, what is shove now? It is... The creature makes an athletics check. Oh, what is it in 2024? Good God, where is it? We went over this and I've already forgotten it. It's not a contested roll. The target now rolls a strength or dex against a fixed value, which is 8 plus strength plus proficiency. Whose strength mod? Whose strength and proficiency? Lyri's? So it's 8 plus strength, which is 1, plus proficiency, which is 2. Yep. So 11. Gets to advantage on this roll. There's nothing for you to roll. The shadow makes a check here. The shadow must make a strength or a dex check, which I'm going to make it be a dex check, and they've got to beat an 11. Are you corporeal? It's amorphous. So it is corporeal. So, yes. I'll say yeah. Alright. Here we go. A dex check. From the shadow. Got to be an 11. Smashed it. Smashed it! Lyri rushes forward. Light about Lyri glowing. And rushing forward. Arms out. Pushes at this shadow. Arms just going into this thing. Disappearing. The darkness covering Lyri's arms. It's kind of like venom, you know? Suddenly, like, stumbling a little bit, the shadow's huge, wide grin, its form shifting around within the same sort of 5-foot area, cubed. You are unable, but you do feel a sense of pressure. It's just that this shadow seems to have bested you, out strengthened you. You can try and use an action surge. I'll put it to a proper vote. Action surge here, +1. Action surge, which is +1 action. So you get to basically try again. No. The choice is yours. Yes. All right. Action surge. Now, do you want to action surge to push? Push again? Because you can attempt to do something else. You have another action. You could attempt to hit it with a sword or scroll or something instead. Or you can attempt to push it again. Spending time to think? No, sometimes you probably think I'm thinking. Sometimes I'm replying to other stuff. Sometimes I'm generating the next section. And sometimes then I was just changing some of the music out. Don't ever think you know what I'm doing. You never guess what I'm doing, man. Sometimes I'm just sitting here. Sometimes I'm just gooning, man. You would never know. Falcon Wolf, thank you for the 3-month resub, my friend. Do I owe you a wheel spin, chat? Have you got a wheel spin? Did I just completely miss them? Am I stupid? I spent yesterday being so relaxed that I actually feel kind of tired today. 2. Okay, we'll do it after this push then. Another push. The action surge. Lyri consumes the action surge. Boy, I sure hope that there's an easy way out of this dungeon. Action surge consumed. And attempts, hands still covered in shadowness, pushes again. Another dex save from the shadow. Got to beat an 11. Wow, dude, a 14. The shadow grows. Growing larger and larger in front of you, pulling in the shadows from the ground, the flickering torchlight and firelight, the light being given off by Lyri as they carry the essence, actually causing this shadow to grow in size, becoming literally ivermectin blast. Another fail. Well, really a success from the shadow is what happens here. This is the power of Shadow the Wreck God. Okay, we're going to spin the wheel here, and then we'll give you the option to do a bonus action. 1 spin. Courtesy of Serpent and Bubu. A potion. You gain a potion. Fuck, I need to make the potion table. You know what? Remind me to make the potion table, chat, before this stream ends. Potion seller. Okay. Just roll a 0. No. Okay. A 10. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You gain a potion of animal friendship. Not useful here, but might be useful down the road somewhere. A potion of animal friendship appears in your satchel, but not particularly useful here. Okay, next spin. Courtesy of Bear of Flame. Ooh, that was close. An Easter egg. Roll me a d20, chat. We'll just take the first number. You get an Easter egg. Now, the first thing that happens on an Easter egg is all of them give you 1d6 temporary hit points. 3. Delicious. A Cadbury's cream egg. I love Cadbury's cream egg. What'd you get? First roll, 17. Good God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. A set of itty bitty thieves' tools is the toy within the Kinder Egg, which is dope. You get some thieves' tools. Fuck yeah. It's literally like getting something out of a cracker, which I don't think they have in America, so I just sound crazy every time I say it. Equipment, thieves' tools. Where does it go? In there somewhere? Where does it appear? Here, tools. So you have a pair of thieves' tools now. So using ability, this will give you a bonus if you're not proficient, but if you equip it, I think it still gives you a bonus to trying to break into stuff. So that's pretty cool. A couple of good items there, to be honest. You now have thieves' tools. It's not bad. You can probably use thieves' tools as well, which are predominantly used for lockpicking and stuff, but you can justify it for some other stuff. There's little things in there. Nice. All right. Well, bonus action then. You have 33 of 36 health. You have 3 temporary hit points. You've used your action surge. Would you like to use a second wind or light dagger attack? Okay, second wind, which is healing, or a light dagger attack with your offhand. These are your options for bonus actions. What is the healing hands? It's an action. Okay, so healing hands is an action, and you have a healing potion equipped right now. The choice is yours. You have the bone dagger. Where'd you get the bone dagger from? The lizards. It was the lizards, right? You pulled it out of the soup. That's right. It's just a bone, isn't it, of a creature. All right, light dagger attack. Okay, roll me a d20. We'll take the first number. Why not? You have a plus... I don't know to hit with this. +4 apparently. +4 to hit. Oh, I know why. Because I need to click that other button, don't I? Offhand. Would you get a 6 plus 4, 10? Yes. Swiping wildly and sort of stepping back away from the ever-growing shadow in front of you. You swipe at this shadow and it just moves in an awkward way around your hand. That is the end of your turn. It is the shadow's turn. The shadow is going to attempt to draining swipe you. The fuck is this? Oh, this. A 15 is a miss. You currently have your shield equipped, so your AC is pretty high, 20. 20 AC, by the way. The creature growing in front of you swipes wildly at you, misses. It's your turn again. I wish I could mute one of them. I have it duplicated and I can only mute. I can't mute both of them. Okay. What does Lyri do? An action again. Okay. Melee. Disengage and a runaway. Use scroll shatter. Dodge. Question of healing. Healing hands. Summon Diablos. You get the holy symbol to use against the shadow. Okay, that is behind you. So you'd have to disengage from the thing, which it would get a free attack on you. Any other options in the chat? While focusing on the light power and burst it out to shadow. Okay, very Final Fantasy off move. Dip your blood on melee weapon for additional radiant damage. Okay, that's an action. Yeah, I'll allow it. All right, that'll do. Okay, those are your options. What would you like to do? The shadow in front of you growing larger, sucking up all the shadows around it. A twisted grin. What is the plan? Use the scroll. Shatter. Okay, let me pull up Shatter again. How does this work? Let's see. Maybe we can just try and learn. I don't get to play as a player, so very much so. As a spellcaster. Spells. Shatter. Cast spell. There. Right? It has to be placed in such a way that it will get that creature. Shatter. A loud noise erupts from a point of your choice within range. Lyri pulls out the scroll, speaks the new words. As Lyri begins to speak through them, the glyphs and sigils on the page light up as the final word is spoken. You know what it is? You know what the sound is? Shit, where is it, man? It's gonna be worth it. Yes, dude, I've got it. This is the sound. I don't know how loud this is going to be. The seismic charge. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a con saving throw. Okay. Constitution saving throw from the shadow. Coming in. Wow, he's so good at rolling, Shadow the Red God. A 19. Taking 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save. Half as much on a successful one. How do I tell it to be half damage? Half. Apply. 3? Wait. That's not half. Is it resistant? It only took 3 damage. Oh, wow. It only took 3 damage. Shit, dude. This fucking thing goes off at the end of the casting. Behind the shadow, this enormous thing that is kind of shifting, this amorphous blob of shadow growing ever larger in front of Lyri. Lyri casts Shatter. It's behind the creature, and it just... in front of Lyri, the energy, you can see it affecting the creature, but barely. It kind of moves a little bit, a wavy arm tube man in front of a used car sales place, but it doesn't affect it anywhere near as badly as you hope. It makes it save, and it's resistant. It only takes 3 of the 15 thunder damage. Bonus action, attacking with the knife, I assume. Roll me an attack roll. Take the first roll. A 6. A 10. Another miss. Attempting to stab at this creature, it just moves. It just, the way it's moving is completely unnatural. Lyri avoiding it. The two creatures now really kind of just missing each other here. Let's see if it can hit you back. Attempting to swipe at you. A miss again. Okay. Back around to Lyri's turn. What does Lyri do? I'll keep these options on there if you want. Both suck. Well, the shadow has to beat a 20 AC. You have a really high AC. Really the only thing keeping you from being annihilated right now, I think. Well, we know. Who knows? Okay, well, let's go. What do you want to do? Attack the creature. Attempt to disengage and run. Use a scroll again. Dodge. Use a potion of healing. You've only lost 3 HP. You've still got 3 temporary hit points as well. Summon Diablos. Get the holy symbol to use against the shadow while focusing on the light power and burst it out to shadow. Or dip your blood on the melee weapon for additional radiant damage. Are the options. The option to shove is still there as well. Maybe we should add it next time. Don't let me forget. What do you want to do? Gonna go ahead and just straight up try and hit it with a melee weapon. Okay. Let's go. Attack roll, please. Exclamation point, roll d20 in the chat room. As Lyri attempts to swipe at the creature. And you have... Damn it, what was it? +6 to hit. A 15 +6, 21 hits. Let's deal some damage. Seven. It's not resistant to this. Oh, everything has changed. This is unbelievable. Striking it for 11 damage. The creature is bloodied. Offhand attack, roll me again. $11 damage. That was a good fucking roll. What was that? A 7? 1d8? That was almost max damage. I truly thought it was going to be resistant to piercing damage and bludgeoning and shit. Take the first roll. 11 is a hit. Here we go again. Where's the bone dagger? Is there a bone dagger? There it is, damage. 6 damage. Is that correct? Yes. 6 damage to the creature. Okay, that's the end of your turn. The shadow. Swipes at Lyri. It hits. It cannot be. Ooh, rolled a 1 on damage. Okay, so you also have necrotic resistance. This is dealing necrotic damage. But your strength score decreases by 1d4 as well. But does this apply that? What was your strength score? Wait, you don't have to make a check? (1d6) necrotic damage, and the target's strength score decreases by a d4. Well, shit. How do we do that? Oh. So I roll a d4. A 1. So your strength score is reduced by 1. Wow. Okay, let me check this out. Apparently it did it. Temporary effects. No. Did it go down? Yeah. Bro. How do you undo it though? There. Wow, that's cool. If your strength is reduced to 0 in this way... Oh, you die if your strength score is reduced to 0. And the creature vanishes into the ground. It's your turn. What does Lyri do? Creative options. Stab the ground is attack with melee. Get the holy symbol. Alright. There you go. There's your choice. What do you do? The choice is yours. I've never used this mug, and I use it all the time now. It's nice and heavy. Get the holy symbol to use against the shadow. Stepping back, the shadow rises up out of the ground. It was hiding. It gets an opportunity attack against you. Misses. Lyri, suddenly recognizing this creature, raise up. A hand swipes at Lyri's legs. Lyri jumps. The hand slides underneath it. Lyri lands at the altar and grabs the items. The items? What items? What are you doing? You were doing get the holy symbol, right? You get it. Okay, that's your action. You have a bonus action. Do you want to use second wind? Oh, you could throw the dagger. There's your options. Stab the ground would have worked, by the way. Or look for it would have worked as well. I know it came in slightly after we started doing it. The creature growing. Rising up out of the ground. Now rushing across the ground towards Lyri. Lyri skids to a halt at the altar, grabs the holy symbol. Looking at it now, it doesn't seem as impressive. Now that the essence has been taken from the angel, this just looks like a little piece of stone with a poorly etched sunburst on it. But it is still a holy symbol of the angel Seraphina. Throwing the dagger, Lyri turns around, pulls out the bone dagger, underarms it towards the shadow. Make me an attack roll. It's important, so we'll take the second roll. Maybe you'll kill it, or maybe the creature is going to overwhelm you. We'll take the second roll. What do you got? Be a very Indiana Jones way to kill this thing. A 6. Oh, that's the first roll. Second roll. Keep going. We're taking the second one. A 6 it ain't. Can you do better than a 6? I think you need to beat an 8. Wait, no, you have to beat... No, 6 will do it, right? Am I crazy? What did I say? A +4 or a +2? You have proficiency on attack rolls with your offhand. You just don't add it to the damage, right? You just get basic damage. Am I crazy? Which one is it? A 5. Yeah, it should just be doing a d4 of damage, right? So actually, I think the shadow is not as badly hurt as we think. Yeah, because you did a d4 plus 4. But it should just be a d4. Or you don't add proficiency, or you don't add your... Fuck me. Okay, let me remind myself. I never remember. I've done it so many times as well, because I play so many dual wielders in this fucking thing. You only do the weapon dice damage, and you don't add your strength and dex, etc. Okay, so it's a +6 to hit. But a 5 is still a miss. But it does regain 4 HP. The bone dagger flies forward. The creature turns kind of in on itself as the dagger flies through it and clatters to the ground on the other side of the chamber. You have now lost your bone dagger. Temporarily. Maybe forever. Maybe you'll die. Alright, that's the end of Lyri's turn. The shadow rushes towards you and will attempt to strike you again. A 14 is a miss. An 18 in total. A 14 on the dice roll. A huge swiping shadow comes down above Lyri. Lyri ducks down underneath it. It is now Lyri's turn. You have the holy symbol. What does Lyri do? The options. Attack with the melee weapon, the rapier. Use the scroll. Use the dodge action. Use a potion of healing. Summon Diablos. Creative options in the chat room, please. Throw the holy symbol into the shadow. Attack with the holy symbol? Question mark. Any other options? Going once. Going twice. 3 times. You're done. Alright, there's your options. There's your options. Say a prayer to to free the shadow. Smear our blood on the holy symbol and say the angel's name. Max would have done well in a TV show. Max would have done Max has watched every episode of Supernatural.
Dominus Patrios Morios.
I do a circle of salt around the shadow, and I speak the Latin words.
Throw the holy symbol into the shadow. Right, make me an attack roll. An attack roll, please. To throw the holy symbol. You have a +6 to hit. No, wait. You're not proficient with holy symbols, are you? No, you have a +4 to hit. A 4, we'll take the second roll. Second roll, keep going. We haven't got any spins, right? How many to another spin? 5 more? Falcon, Wolf, and Kaio. I can't read what that says. Another 4. Well, it must be a 4. Throwing the holy symbol. Watching this thing move through the air. Do you want advantage on this? You have advantage to use, and we're going to forget. Do you just want to use it now? It flies through the air. Do you want to use divine intervention? Roll again. Roll again. See if you can beat a 4. It's flying towards the shadow. The shadow is attempting to twist in on itself once more. You do have an advantage from the spell wind. A 15. You've done it, Penny. It flies forward. The shadow attempts to twist in on itself, and as Lyri watches the creature attempt to do that kind of weird twisting that it did to avoid the dagger, it can't. As if it slows down, as if it's being held in place. The holy symbol spinning forward lights up. And then it explodes into a bomb of radiant light. How much damage would you like it to do? The first number written in the chat room. The first, you have to write a number as in like 1d12 or 6d9 or 4d8t. You just said Spellwind. My lawyers will be in touch. Spellwind is canonically in this myth. I love Spellwind. I will never not use it. It brings me such joy to think about Spellwind. 1d10 radiant. You could have had 14d10 and you wrote 1d10. Here we go. This is how much damage you do. Seven damage. Which, you'll be pleased to know, is doubled. And is in fact 14 because it is enough. The creature explodes. The shadow splits above Lyri. It is not a beast. You get 100 experience. $100 XP. This huge shadow explodes and forms a sort of enormous collapsing tide. Lyri looks for a way out to escape. There is none. Each shadow in the room lifts and coalesces around the room. It begins to collapse in on itself. Lyri avoiding left, avoiding right, looking up, ducking as some comes down, kind of just curling down into a ball. It slams into Lyri, cold and formless and terrifying. Lyri's limbs go numb. It wraps around your body like a wet cloth, seeping into your mouth, your ears, your skin, and then you are rising, lifted up. The ground vanishes. There is a sensation of being pulled very quickly upwards. The stone, the altar, the angel's corpse, they all fade behind you into this sort of inky void. And around you, the Styx once again churns like that great living oil. Streaks of gold and red as you are pulled upwards. Inside Lyri, the essence stirs. A second heartbeat alongside your own. Fluttering, shifting, reshaping, unsettled. There's warmth and sorrow, divine light, darkness, all twisting together. It doesn't hurt, but it does feel like your soul is being rearranged. There are memories that aren't yours that begin to whisper at the very edge of your thoughts. Names and faces, some you recognize, some you do not. Regrets, some that you have, some that you hold, some that do not belong to you. As light begins to break overhead, you begin to lose the sensation of claiming and holding on to the angel's essence. The choice has to be made. The choice has to be made. What does Lyri do? The options are: corrupt the angel's essence to Titivolus. This is will. Destroy the angel's essence. There was corrupt the angel's essence to Vexariel, the other devil. There is claim the angel's power for yourself. And there is release and free the angel's essence from hell. The choice is yours. What do you want to do? Release and free the angel's essence is what you've chosen today. The river breaks. Lyri erupts from the black surface in a burst of instantaneous light. The black and inky sensation of the sticks gives way to that flame. The edges of your understanding allow you to recognize the boat, Snotflap standing and jumping up and down, saying and shouting something. The ferryman beginning to bring the boat over towards where you've crested up and through the surface, erupting out of the river Styx. A sort of churning of what feels like both ink and flame and light. The body of Lyri twisting upwards, racked with momentum and magic, and there is a breathless moment as Lyri bursts up out of the river Styx, surrounded by the landscape of hell, hovering, suspended, where the darkness that holds on to Lyri disappears, and the angel's essence ignites. From Snotflap's position at the front of the boat, there is just a flashbang of white light and a flood out of Lyri's chest, a golden beam of light, brilliant and warm and mournful, rising up. It bursts through the canopy of ash and black smoke that sits forever at the height of hell. Lyri feels the final emotion of this angel, a great and overwhelming sense of gratitude. Above the river, the light coalesces into a vast, bright silhouette of outstretched wings, arms lifted up and face turned towards the broken sky. The chains that held her corpse below shatter with a deep subterranean thunderclap of divine release. The essence blinks and dissolves into a storm of radiant feathers that fall down, burning gently and then vanishing on the light wind. The river itself quiets. The Styx, with its angelic and celestial corruption, shifts and changes as it passes. And then Lyri lands into the flame of the river Styx, the true flame that doesn't burn you. The boat being pulled forward by the ferryman pulls in close, and Lyri reaches a hand up, drags themselves onto this boat, falls backwards, legs hanging over the edge of this boat as Snotflap's blue goblin face, smile much larger than it was before with rows of teeth like a shark, appears.
So, did you do it? Well, that was crazy. You exploded. Did you even see that? Could you see? Oh, if I close my eyes, I can still see it on the back of my eyes. That's crazy.
Let's spin the wheel. Trapped. The ferryman says, I don't remember what the ferryman's voice was. I think it was something like this.
Unfortunately, there is one last task at hand before we can return.
Lyri looks towards the ferryman. He nods his skull one way and then the other. About 50 feet away downstream and about 50 feet away upstream, the river is twisting out and around on itself in a loop. It's lifting up around the area where the angel had lifted up in the beam of light, and the river is now turning in on itself. Snotflap says,
Oh shit. We're trapped.
and that is where we end today's session. Congratulations. You freed the angel. You got 100 XP for the fight. You have to turn the quest in to be able to get the XP bonus. Now, did you do what Tativolus asked? No. So, we'll have to deal with that if and when you get back. You trapped yourselves. I don't know what it means. But you trapped yourselves, okay? Thank you, Anonymous, and Kaio, and Bear of Flame for trapping everyone. He didn't specify what corrupt to his will means. Oh my god. The more that you argue with little things like that, the worse it will be for you. You know that, right? Okay. So, trapped in the river. Trapped in the river. This is so fun to do, isn't it? And also, I get paid to do it. Man, I want to become one of those paid GMs. I considered it once when I was dying last year. And then I looked at the people that I would have to GM for and then just decided to do this instead. That's my rainy day job. That's when this truly just... when my stream fully shits the bed and I can't do it anymore. To be honest, I could probably just be a paid GM for the rich kids that are in here. And then I would basically just get... I mean, it would essentially just be like, hey, Bear of Flame, Bew, Lux, Shadow, want to play a game of D&D? Pay me. And then I just... not only do I get to GM and get paid for it, but I get to GM for people I actually like. Instead of fucking Omega and Chicklet and Venom Back and Ravioli. And Penny. And Venom Back. And Chicklet. Dude, saying that you hate someone by keep saying the same person's name over and over again is hilarious to me. Alright, well, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you had fun. I do enjoy running this. I would love to do like really long sessions of it, but it is kind of hard work. We do this every Sunday. If you want to watch D&D here, Chat Plays D&D. It's Sundays. If you want to watch me play other games, we're doing... what are we doing tomorrow? Schedule 1 tomorrow. Spider-Man on Tuesday. Zelda on Wednesday. Don't know what we're doing on Thursday. I'll figure it out. And we're watching random shit on Fridays. But if you want to watch other D&D shows, head on over to Table Story. Table Story has a great plethora of things that you can watch. Available now. Including a show that I run called Side Quest on Tuesdays at the moment. As well as varying shows such as Deathless, which I think is on tonight. I have no idea, actually. I don't know. We'll find out. The potion table. Oh yes, I'll set that up for next time. Let me write a note for it. Potion table. All right, cool. Great. All right, man. Thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate you coming out on a Sunday. I know it's a shorter stream, but it's a better stream. You know, I feel like maybe. I don't know. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow for some Schedule 1. And next Sunday, we'll see what happens when you turn this quest in, maybe, if you ever get there. I'll see you when you get there. If you ever get there, I'll see